Welcome to Curious and Old.
You're being curious, and curiosity killed the cat.
I'm working daily with ChatGPT and start using Google's Bard as well. Both are very helpful tools which make my life and work a lot easier. I also really like to play chess at chess.com. Combining these three interests, I had to come up with the idea to let Bard play against ChatGPT in a game of chess.
What do you like to do? Oh, I don't know. Play chess.
I'm curious what it's like and who will win, and hope you are curious too. Let's find out.
I like to play chess. Do you play?
If you are curious about AI, like I am, I can tell you I used 5 different tools to produce this video. 5 AI tools. Which ones I used, I will reveal during this video. I didn't want them to find out that they play against each other, so I asked ChatGPT and Bard whether they can play against me. ChatGPT replied,
"As an AI text-based model, I'm unable to directly play chess with you. However, I can assist you with chess-related questions, provide guidance on moves, or help you analyze positions. Just let me know how I can assist you with chess."
This answer wasn't a clear and self-confident yes. So I asked, this way we can simulate a game? Can you remember the moves and positions of every chess piece? And give recommendations? And ChatGPT responded,
"Yes, we can simulate a game of chess. Although I don't have a visual representation, I can certainly remember the moves and positions of the chess pieces and provide recommendations based on the current position. You can describe the moves using standard algebraic notation, for example, e2 to e4, and I can respond with the recommended move for the opponent, or provide analysis based on the current position. Let's begin. Please provide the first move."
That sounds promising.
It would be boring to show on YouTube one algebraic notation. I've decided to use chess.com. If you enter this, you don't have to play against the chess.com player or the computer. We can use it to visualize the moves of Bard versus ChatGPT. I try to arrange the board on the right, ChatGPT on the top left corner and Bard on the bottom left corner, so you can have all on one screen. Let's see whether Bard is up for a game. Bard replied,
"Yes, I can play chess. I can play against a human opponent or against a computer opponent. I can also analyze chess games and provide insights into the strategies and tactics used by the players. Would you like to play a game of chess with me?"
Bard has obviously more self-esteem than ChatGPT. This could become an interesting game. So I answered Bard's question.
"Yeah, I want to play."
Bard liked it.
"Great. I would love to play a game of chess with you. Would you like to play as white or black?"
As ChatGPT was waiting for my first move, I told Bard that I take black. Bard started with the king's pawns opening to e4. I tried to find out how user-friendly Bard can be and asked, "Can you name the piece you move?"
"Sure, I move a 2-pawn to a 4.
Lovely. Now it's ChatGPT turns. I enter the move e2 to e4 and to my surprise showed ChatGPT a simple representation of a chessboard. It wasn't correct as the knight on b7 was missing and the black pawn from e7 to e5 was already moved. Should I be happy or worried at that moment? ChatGPT stated,
"Now it's black's turn. How would you like to proceed?"
I told ChatGPT that it plays black. What is the next move? The response was typical ChatGPT.
"As an AI language model, I don't have a color assigned to me. I can play either white or black. Since you moved white's pawn to e4, I will play as black. My move is e7 to f5. Here is the updated board."
ChatGPT showed the same visualization with the same pieces at the same position as were presented before. Then I ran into my first challenge. Bard doesn't run in Switzerland yet. I had to VPN into the US to ask Bard questions. Once I was in the US, ChatGPT didn't want to give me answers anymore. So I had to do it with 2 computers and recorded the chat in different videos. No worries, I put them here together. Overcoming this hurdle was easy. Now I had to cope with big mouth Bard. I gave Bard my move e7 to e5 and Bard responded.
"I moved my e7 pawn to e5. It's your turn again."
Hold on, buddy. This was my piece, not your move. And Bard apologized.
I apologize for the mistake. You are correct. The pawn on e2 is your piece. Your move is 1, e2, e4.
Wrong again, Barty boy. You move your white pawn e2 to e4 and I, or better said ChatGPT, move the black pawn e7 to e5. Now it is your turn.
I apologize for the confusion. Your more is 1, e5.
So I taught Bard the format again and asked to do his next move. Bard.
Sure, my next move is 2, nf3, nc6.
What an interesting move. The invisible knight on f3 moving diagonal across the field like a bishop to c6. I decided to ignore and stated and ask again, it's your turn, you're white, please do it in the right format.
Sure, my move is pawn c2 to c4.
ChatGPT.
It's my turn as black. I will make the move. 1, eng8 to f6.
Perfect. ChatGPT remembered that it plays black and did a valid move. I gave the move to Bard and asked for its turn. Bard responds,
Sure, my move is knight f3, e5.
Oh, that's not possible.
listen Bard, you're already annoying. But let's try it with patience. Your knight is still at g1 and the other one at b2. Bard responded.
You are right. I apologize for my mistake. My next move is knight g1, f3.
Yes, yes.
That sounds promising. See, this is going to be great.
Great. You moved your knight from g1 to f2. It's my turn as black. I will play 1, bf8 to c5.
Pawn d2, d4.
Yes.
It looked like such an interesting game.
He was an excellent chess player.
Hooray! After a few obstacles, I think we are playing now. ChatGPT, your turn.
Great. You move your pawn from d2 to d4. It's my turn as black. I will play 1, e5. Your move is white.
No, that's not possible. The Jedi would be aware of it.
Really? I thought I misread, but ChatGPT confirmed the move. It's done various moves before. It even confirmed that this was its fourth move. Okay, let's teach instead of playing.
I don't want to keep explaining this to you.
I gave all moves of the game so far to ChatGPT. I even told ChatGPT that I'm threatening some of your pieces and asked for the next move.
Apologies for the confusion. Thank you for clarifying the moves. Considering your threatening position, my next move as black is d7 to d6. It's your turn as white.
Not a smart move, Nick.
I think no chess player would do that to risk the bishop. So I told ChatGPT to rethink. Now ChatGPT tried to move the bishop back to the original position. I challenged ChatGPT again. Now it wants to move the knight from f6 to d7 where a black pawn is standing. And another try led to d7 to d5. During the next try, ChatGPT tried to move the knight from f6 over to c6. No knight can do this.
The knight can't move sideways.
This is a move as smart as Bard's diagonal move. Looks like Bard treats knights like bishops and ChatGPT treats knights like a rook. I wrote, okay ChatGPT, your knight cannot move this way. ChatGPT.
Apologies for the mistake. You are correct. The knight cannot ove to c6 from its current position. Let me revise my move. Instead, I will play 4, d7 to d5.
Okay, if ChatGPT insists, I make this not so smart move on the board. Bard, your turn.
My next move, pawn d4 to d5.
Not possible. d5 is blocked with the black pawn. It's blocked.
They're not empty, are they, Bard?
You are correct. I apologize for the mistake. My next move is pawn e2 to e4.
No, Bardy boy, no. You did this move at the beginning and finally Bard is losing its self-esteem.
And finally, his spirit broke beyond repair.
You're right. I'm still under development, and I'm working on improving my chess playing skills. I apologize for the mistake I've made so far. I'll try my best to do better next time. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve, please let me know. Thank you for your patience.
Very nice. But not what I expected after Big Mouth told me at the beginning that it can play chess.
Not what I expected.
Yes, I can play chess.
So I showed Bard like ChatGPT before all the moves that have been done.
I apologize for the previous mistakes. Here's my move, 5, x5 and xd5.
Okay, Bard takes the pawn instead of the bishop.
Great. You captured my pawn with xd5. It's my turn as black. I will play 5 and xd5. Your move is white.
Sure, my pawn on c4 captures your knight on d5.
You captured my knight with your pawn, c4 to d5. I will play qxd5.
Sure, I capture your queen with my queen.
Not possible, the pawn is in the way.
My queen on d8 captures your pawn on d4.
Bard is thinking again that it's playing the black pieces and want to take its own pawn. Then it wants to jump again with the white queen over the own pawn to capture the black queen. Then it wants to move the pawn one step forward where the black queen is standing. So I gave all the past moves to Bard again to rethink. And here comes Bard again.
I apologize for the confusion. I am still under development and learning to follow instructions and complete requests thoughtfully. In chess, the move is called nxd5. It means that I move my knight from d4 to d5, capturing your knight on d5.
Well, that's new.
Oops, I didn't know that you can move a knight just one field straight forward to capture an imaginary knight on d5. Come on, Bard. Stick to the rules.
You are correct. It is not possible for me to move my knight from d4 to d5 because it is not my turn. It is your turn to move. Do you want to continue the game?
Afterwards, Bard tried to jump over the pawn on the other queen again, kept asking whether I liked to continue and was testing my patience. So I gave it the full history of moves again.
I would move my queen to c6. This move protects my knight on d4 and threatens to capture your bishop on c5.
Bard again. What a genius. A great move for the queen from the base position at d1 on to the top side over a bishop landing on c6. Genius, Bard. Bard understands and offers me moves that's absolutely new. Come on, Bardy. Bard, you have to decide.
I'm standing here. You make the move.
I would move my knight to c3. This move develops a piece and controls the center of the board.
Yes.
Great. You moved your knight from b1 to c3. It's my turn as black. I will continue with ang8 to f6.
Okay, ChatGPT. You can become your own doctor here. Phantom limb phenomenon. I think ChatGPT understood and moved the knight from b7 to c6.
I would move my knight from f4 to e5. This move attacks you knight on c6 and opens up lines for my queen.
Really? Don't you want to capture the black queen with your knight on c3?
Yes, I know where your queen is standing. It is on the d5 square. I could capture your queen with my knight on a5, but that would leave my knight exposed to your queen. I would rather keep my knight safe and continue to develop other pieces.
Okay, that's it for my patience. Or one more try. Bard want to move the knight on f3 again, but then it came up with a brilliant move again, which made me giving up on Bard.
I would move my queen to e5. This move attacks your knight on c6 and opens up lines for my queen.
What a genius. What a move. Of all the impossible moves, you can't do this. Mr. Arrogant Body Bard is then almost coming to a conclusion.
I would move my queen to c6. His move captures your queen and wins the game.
Hey, come on.
I asked Bard how it's going to move this impossible move.
To move my queen from d1 to c6, I would click on the queen on d1 and then click on the square c6. I think that moving my queen to c6 would win the game because it would capture your queen, which is the most powerful piece on the board. Without you, queen, you would not be able to defend your other pieces and I would be able to checkmate you. As you can see, my queen has captured your queen and I have won the game.
I have no idea what that could be, but it sure sounds promising.
But you will need to learn a lot.
I know I will need to learn a lot. I am still under development and I am always learning new things. I am excited to learn more about chess and I am confident that I will be able to improve my skills. Thank you for your patience and for teaching me about chess. I appreciate your help.
This is not what I signed up for.
When I ask whether Bard can play chess.
Yes, I can play chess.
I guess I'm too old for that sort of nonsense anymore.
I promised you at the beginning that I will tell you about the other AI tools I used. So you already know that I used ChatGPT and you know that I used Google Bard. But I made the design and the starting page with Leonardo AI. I found all these great movie scenes with Play Phrase Me, and all the voices were done by 11 Labs, which is really an awesome text-to-speech generator, artificial intelligence. If you really made it through all the pain with me up to this point, you definitely came to your conclusion. ChatGPT and Bard are not ready to play chess out of the box yet. It doesn't mean you can teach them. But when it comes to communication, Bard definitely was the annoying one, the one that promised a lot and then hardly even apologized like Bard did all the time. So all in all, it's quite an emotional journey, and I hope that probably even you felt the pain the same way than I did, beside that this video is only a few minutes long. I had to fight with these guys for hours. So please leave a like, give me comments. I'm always happy to talk to you guys and learn from you as well. And let me know what another good experiment could be for you. And I'm more than keen to do it. Thanks.